Hi, my name's Vicki Thorpe, and I'm going to be working with you today on strumming. Just really looking forward to it. There are a lot of strumming YouTube videos out there that are good. There's a lot of different styles, and so I'm just going to teach you my style and what I like, and a few basics. So we'll start out with the basics. With strumming, that you'll notice that an important part is how your hand is. So I'm going to use my index finger for this strumming. You can use your index finger, your thumb. You can use all your fingers. And you can do alternates. You'll see different people use different alternates of which fingers they use for strumming for different kinds of strums. We're going to keep it really simple, and we're going to use our index finger. So I want you to make an L, and then relax your hand and curl those fingers in, and then you're going to rest your thumb lightly on the index finger. Okay, and it's just there to support. And then I want you to try, so that's the shape of the hand. Now we're going to do position. So on the ukulele, you can try different places and see how it sounds. There's a different sound if you're going to play way up here. And then if you play way down here, another. And in the middle, a different sound. I consider the sweet spot right where the neck meets the fingerboard. Or the head and the neck meet together. So right around this area right here. And so this is generally where I play when I'm strumming, but you can experiment with it, and you'll see most players play in this area. So that's the position. So now you have shape, the posture of your hand, the position of where to play on the ukulele. And now we're going to talk about when you're strumming, how to use this right hand when you're strumming. So if you use a lot of wrist action, it's going to wear your wrist out, and you can get carpal tunnel and work those muscles too hard. Whereas if you are doing your hand up and down a lot, you can miss the strings and you can damage your hand as well. So it works really well to just do a smaller motion from your shoulder and your elbow with a little bit of wrist action, but not a lot. You might pretend like you have paint on your index finger and that you're flipping that paint off. So it would be something like this. Okay, so go ahead and experiment with that for yourself. Just doing a light touch where you're just flipping that paint off. Okay, so that's another piece of it. Now the other part is pressure. When you're playing slower, you can have more pressure on the strings. And when you're playing faster, you're going to have a lot less pressure. Okay, so when I'm playing slower, I can really dig into those strings and have it ring out. And when I'm playing fast, I'm going to have to lighten up on the pressure. And it has the volume. You can't hear a lot of difference in the volume when you're playing faster and lightening up on the pressure. So that's about pressure. So there's the components of strumming. So experiment with that for yourself on the pressure. When you're first strumming, you might even try, so you can get a feel for how much pressure to put on the strings, you might try just doing one string at a time and stopping on each string. And then coming up, and you'll feel the difference of where you're playing on your finger as well. So you're hitting the kind of the middle, not the real tip of the fingernail, but just down from the kind of towards the end, but you'll feel it's about right in this area that you're going to hit with the finger. Now coming up, you're going to use the fleshy part, and go ahead and try that. Coming up. And then try coming up a little bit faster. And down faster. Okay, so there's a basic strum, and we're using our index finger. Okay, so let's go ahead and do just some, we're going to create a tune, and I'm just going to have you do some simple chords that you probably already know. We're going to start with the C, and then we'll go to an F, and then a C, and a G7, and and a C. Okay, and if you don't know how to do chord transitions, I suggest you, or if you're not as fast at the chord transitions, look that up on YouTube. Or if someone else is doing a video in this, in our ukulele festival, look up that one. And so you can work on those transitions, okay? But we're just going to go ahead and do them fairly slow. And I'm going to do it to a metronome so we can keep this pattern going. The first pattern we're going to do is just straight down strums. And then we'll stop for a minute and I'll tell you the next one. Well, let's do a couple together so I don't have to stop a lot. We'll just do down strums first so you can get the hang of doing down strums. Then up strums with that index finger, up, up. And then we'll do down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and then we'll take a break and I'll talk to you about what we're doing next. So we'll go ahead and get that metronome going. And we're just going to do 4/4 timing. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And down, down, down. Whoops, let's see. Down, up, and down, up, 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 down, up. Now do ups, down, up, 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 up. Now we're going to do both. And down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, and then if you need to practice that a little bit more, you're welcome to replay that section of the video. So a real traditional strum that we're going to go ahead and try is the universal ukulele strum, or the calypso strum. Has many different names, but it's a down, down, up, down, up. And you have probably heard that one before, okay? So we'll start out with that, and then we're going to skip the last up, down. Instead of doing the last up, we're just going to do down. Okay, so we'll do those two together, and we're going to start, and we'll do 2 measures of each, and we'll go ahead and get the metronome starting here. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, so there's your universal ukulele strum. Okay, now we're going to try another strum. So we're going to try doing it with a swing. So the swing strum, when you put a swing into it, you're going to put emphasis on the first beat, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to do on the up strums, do them a lot lighter. Okay, so that's how that works. And so we're just going to do down, down, up with a swing strum. And then we'll try something else. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay. All right. So that was doing that same strum with a swing to it. And I got better at it as they went going. The second measure is better than the first measure on that one. All right, so there is a couple more strums we could do. The basic thing is just when you're picking a song that you're going to play and trying to figure out what strum pattern to play it with, experiment with it. Listen and see what sounds good to you. And also, I pick strum patterns based on how I want the style to be. And then I also pick the speed of how I play the song based on how what kind of song I'm playing. So, you know, if I'm like doing jazz, I'm going to do a different way than if I'm doing country or classic or folk. So, there's all different styles of music. So, pick your strum based on what sounds good to you and what fits the song. And you can even change strum patterns in the middle of a song, and that makes it more interesting. So, there you go. Have fun strumming. And thank you for tuning in with me.